Clary sage really is like the woman's essential oil. This is such an amazing oil for balancing our hormones, and you can't go wrong with that for sure. And I think the smell is tremendous, and it does enhance my dreams, which I find very fun, makes them more vivid and interesting. So some other ones that I just wanted to mention, and they come from my own experience, but also from this book called The Complete Book of Essential Oils and Aromatherapy by Valerie Ann Warwood. I'm not sure if it's still around, but I bought it at a used bookstore many years ago. So what she mentions for PMS is she kind of breaks it down into like general premenstrual syndrome oils. So you can assume that basically PMS is the disease name or the condition that they give when women are having hormonal issues around their menses. So this doesn't mean you can't take it not premenstrually, which maybe is the first week before you bleed. You could take it any time of your cycle, right? So if you want to balance your hormones at any time during your cycle. Rose is also like a really, really good one for women. So if you invest in rose, particularly if you're the kind of woman who tends to kind of have a hot temper and be a little bit more like that, rose is like the perfect oil for you. And that hot temper is likely to get exacerbated prior to your menstrual cycle. So using real rose essential oil, which Young Living has an extremely wonderful quality of one, that's the one you want to invest in. If you're going to get it cut with jojoba oil that some other companies do, those jojoba oil and stuff, they're wonderful oils, but they will go rancid pretty quickly. And so that rose is then mixed into a somewhat rancid oil, and it's not mixed in at a very therapeutic level, basically. So it's just so much more worth it to invest in buying a bottle of real rose essential oil and using it sparingly yourself. Because essentially these essential oils are shelf stable forever, the way that they are. They're so pure and well extracted, they're never going to go rancid because they don't have actual oil in them. They're a volatile oil that's been extracted. So yeah, just a plug for that. You definitely buy the quality one. And geranium is sometimes also called rose geranium, but it's a different flower and it's much less expensive than rose. Bergamot, which I really love, really helps release that tension, especially if you're feeling really, if you're having those tender breasts, like you get that around your menstrual cycle. Chinese medicine wise, it's called liver qi stagnation, and bergamot is like perfect for that. If you get depressed around your menses, bergamot is also really good. It's really uplifting and helps just release tensions and, you know, feel uplifted. And then nutmeg is also a really interesting one here. So nutmeg is a great hormone balancer, and it's mentioned in several places in this book to help. Basically, if you look at essential oils that tend to be more kind of fragrant and luscious, like patchouli, vetiver, nutmeg, those kinds of things, they also tend to be aphrodisiacs, which means it kind of increases your sexual energy. If you think about those kind of oils, those are going to be the ones that are going to help balance your hormones too. So anyway, she talks about violent or aggressive PMS. Maybe we've all had that at some point. Weeping depressive PMS, irritable disagreeable PMS, and then apathetic tired listless PMS. So just a couple for each category. You've got violent, aggressive PMS. Maybe you want to use the bergamot and the geranium. If you've got the weeping depression PMS, maybe use bergamot and geranium would also be great for that. Rose you can add into that. Clary sage is applicable anywhere. If you have the irritable, disagreeable PMS, maybe something like chamomile and nutmeg. And then if you have the apathetic, tired, listless PMS, something more like fennel or parsley, she recommends. Again, there's many, many things we could use, but those are some examples of ones that you can use.